A long-haul trucker shares a terrifying true encounter on a desolate stretch of I-80 in Nevada. Sometimes the things you see on the road at 3 a.m. aren't meant to be seen.
I've been driving rigs for 15 years. I've seen it all, or at least I thought I had. I've seen bad wrecks, drivers losing their minds from too many stimulants, and weather that would make you pray to a god you don't believe in. But what happened to me last month on I-80 through Nevada, that was different. That wasn't natural. It was around 3:15 a.m. I was hauling a load of refrigerated goods from Salt Lake City toward Reno. If you know I-80, you know there are stretches out there where it's just you, the blacktop, and endless sagebrush illuminated by your headlights. It's a kind of loneliness that gets into your bones. My radio had been dead for an hour, not even the usual chatter from other night owls, just low-level static. I was fighting the highway hypnosis, eyes burning, just focused on the white lines flashing past. Then, up ahead, on the shoulder of the westbound lane, I saw something. At first, I thought it was a deer. You learn to spot the eye shine way out. But as I got closer, my high beams cut through the dark and I realized it wasn't an animal. It was a person. A figure was standing just beyond the breakdown line, back to traffic, facing the empty desert. They were completely motionless. No car nearby, no breakdown lights, just a person miles from the nearest exit, standing like a statue in the freezing high desert night. As a trucker, your instinct is to help, but something in my gut, a primal lizard brain warning, screamed, "Don't stop." I didn't slow down. I kept my foot steady on the accelerator. As my cab passed them, I glanced into my side mirror to get a better look. The red glow of my taillights washed over the figure. It was wearing oversized dark clothing, a hoodie pulled up. But it was the way they stood, too rigid, too unnatural, like a mannequin placed out in the middle of nowhere. I checked the mirror again a few seconds later, expecting them to be gone or moving. They were still there, just a dark speck receding into the red haze of my lights. I shook it off, just some poor drifter, I told myself, or someone whose car broke down way off-road. But the feeling of dread didn't leave. The hair on my arms was standing straight up. About 20 miles later, the radio static suddenly spiked. It got loud, almost painful. I reached over to turn it down, and through the noise, I heard a voice. It wasn't speaking words, it was a sound like weeping, but it was distorted, metallic, like someone crying into a tin can at the bottom of a well. "Hello? Anyone out there?" I keyed the mic, my voice shakier than I intended. The weeping stopped abruptly. The static cleared for a second, absolute silence. Then a voice cut through, crystal clear, cold, and monotone. "He didn't stop." My blood turned to ice. I slammed the radio off. The silence in the cab was suddenly terrifying. I pushed the rig faster, way over the limit, praying to see the lights of a town, a gas station, anything. 10 miles later, my headlights caught something on the shoulder again. My heart slammed against my ribs. It was the same figure, same hoodie, same rigid posture, facing the desert. There is no way they could have gotten ahead of me. I was doing 80. There were no other roads. It was impossible. I gripped the wheel so tight my knuckles turned white. I stared straight ahead, refusing to look at them as I blew past. But I couldn't help it. My eyes flicked to the passenger side mirror. They weren't looking at the desert anymore. They had turned. The hood was still up, shadowing the face, but I could feel it. They were watching the truck pass. And just as they drifted out of view in the mirror, I saw a hand raise slowly in a stiff, jerky wave. I didn't stop until I hit the truck stop in Winnemucca an hour later. I sat in a brightly lit booth, drank 3 cups of terrible coffee, and didn't say a word to anyone. I don't take night shifts on I-80 anymore. I'll add hours to my trip to take the southern route, because I know what I saw. And I know that second time when I passed that thing, the hallway of the road wasn't empty.
Something was waiting for me to stop.